Welcome everyone. Today we have another Genshin Pack News Digest. In this News Digest, we'll look into one of the very urgent and important information. So why is MiHoYo banning a lot of accounts from players, and how and why can you see a -gem deduction on your account? We'll also look into some of the suggestions and also quality of life recommendations to make the game a little easier for us. And after that, we'll look into some of the fun tricks and tips with Zhongli E spell, and also some of the best artifacts I've seen so far. Finally, we'll look into some of the fun and amazing posts by the community about the little Zhongli comic, and also a small clip over here about something very strange. So coming to the most urgent and important news of today. So what's happening is I've received a lot of messages and a lot of info from our viewers as saying right now there seems to be a ban wave from MiHoYo. So what's happening is players are seeing that their account have a -gem deduction. So you know how you go into the game, your account has 2,100 or depend how much gem you have. You never have a negative displayed. So some of the players are seeing that their account have a negative gem displayed, and what's happening is that MiHoYo is currently starting a wave of contacts towards players who they're saying, I won't use the word abuse over here too harshly, maybe refunded. So players who actually refunded the payment is receiving a warning and perhaps even a ban if they do not comply. So to summarize, if an account that made a purchase with primal gems with real money, and after that, if the player actually contact their bank, or maybe the iTunes or maybe Google Play to refund that particular amount, MiHoYo is currently contacting those players and displaying their account with a negative gem deduction. They're asking the players, for example, if you see the -7,000 gem deduction, that means you have been refunded yourself with $100. So the players paid $100, got the primal gems, spent the primal gems, and then got the money back. And MiHoYo is saying that you must recharge back to this amount because you paid for the gems, and if you do not, we can potentially ban the account. Now this might seem to be a really harsh direction from the game developers, but a lot of the gadget games actually do this. So what happened is some of the players take this as a loophole. They tend to make a lot of purchase, they whale into the account with $2,000, then they go to their bank, they say, I want my money back. The bank does it and the company loses out. In order to stop this, a lot of the gadget games company have these mechanics which they contact players, then if you don't pay up, if you try to scam us, we will ban the account. And now the downside is some of our viewers are doing this because it's innocent cases. This is because they had a disconnect during the purchase. And if this is the case, then you don't get your primal gems. Then of course you want your money back. So there are innocent cases within this, but people are finding a loophole because of that. So this is targeting at almost all of the accounts that made the refund. So if we come over to this conversation I had with one of our viewers, so he said, the cases was that he was accused of being fraud and he had a -2,400 primal gems, and they're saying they will ban the account if you don't get this purchase back up. And basically our friend here had a disconnect and he had a refund. So hearing this, I realized there's a lot of players that could be really bizarre and really shocked because of this, because most of us are innocent. We're not here to scam the company, or we're not here to try to claim the money back. And if this is happening to you, what I recommend is, guys, we should be contacting in-game support as quickly as we can, because there's a lot of people contacting them. There's two ways to do this. You can go into the game, start the in-game support ticket, and select the purchase option payment, which seems to be the fastest way to get to support. You should be starting the ticket if you are seeing the -gem deduction, and if you have ways to prove that you had the disconnect, or if you can speak to your bank or maybe Google or iTunes about this. If you have a bit of the conversation, a bit of the info you can provide as evidence. Now there's another method to contact the support. If you don't get your ticket in, I have found over here with a very lovely post by Fata Morgana over here. He or she actually provided us with 15 different customer support. So you can see all the different the language for the customer support, and also there's more top-up support. So if you're facing this problem, or if you're a little concerned, or just want to prepare yourself to know who to contact the support with, do come to this post. I'll have this link available to us in the description below. So what you want to do is, you want to be contacting the support of your own language, and after that maybe contacting the top-up support. People have tried to contact several support. Some of them do respond a little faster. Some of them also reply in English. So it's okay if you are English and you want to contact the Japanese, it could be okay, but they might not be the fastest. Now on the topic of claimbacks and also refunds, what happens to some of the viewers who told me about this is that they actually made purchase on the third-party purchase which offered discounts to the Primal Gems. Some of those offers says we give you the Primal Gem first, then you pay us the money. Some of the other ones are saying, money back guaranteed and it's really trusted. So what's happening is some of those third-party, organizers might, steal your account right away, right? Because you might be giving your account information to them. Even if they don't steal your account, they may be claiming back the money themselves. So let's say they offer you $50 for the $100 pack. You pay them the $50, they give you the Primal Gems, and then they go to their bank and claim the money back. And this will lead to MiHoYo taking actions to your account, not them. And this might lead you to have to purchase another $100 to protect your account, or you could be banned. So if you're buying from third-party organizers or discount offers, even if they're legit guys, there can be the chance of people getting claimbacks. Because let's be fair, they do not create gems out of nowhere, right? In order to give you $100 worth of gems, they have to buy it. To buy it, they're not gonna spend 100 so you pay them 50. So they spend 100, you pay them 50, then they get 100 back, then they pocket the 50 out of you. And finally, since we're talking about the security topics, it's very important that we understand to not go into any of the untrustworthy websites. Because although you say, hey, I'm just going to have a look what they're about, I'm going to have a look at how scammy they are, don't click those, because going onto the website itself can steal your personal information and account information. It's very important, guys, for us to have a username with a MiHoYo account, have an email linked, and also have a phone linked. Because previously, and still ongoing, people are losing their accounts because the hackers can bypass their account by linking their own phone number onto your account and then ask for a password reset. So what you want to do is you want to link everything to your account so they can't see an opening and link their own emails or link their own phone numbers to your account. Now, if you haven't subscribed, this is a really good time to do so. Make sure you also turn the bell on for the latest news as I find more of them for us. You can see that we're really dedicated for Genshin Impact. We'll have builds, guides, tips, news, and events updates for everything that's Genshin Impact related. Now, coming over to this post by valiant-beaR. So over here we have a petition or a recommendation to have the complete all button with expedition. I have been thinking this for a long time. Every day I go to my expedition, I click, I choose the time, I choose everything. I wish there's a button that I can just repeat all. I mean, this is so nice. I mean, it's not a big thing, it's a quality of life thing. It does not change much in the game, but it saves me that 1 or 2 minutes of frustration of, oh my gosh, I clicked the 4 hours again, I need to change it to 20 hours. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. So if we have the repeat all button, that'd be really nice. Now coming over to this post by valiant-beaR over here, you can see another new ways to use Zhongli E. I'm sure most of us are a little surprised by this as well. I've seen Venti do this by flying up, but this is much easier. You don't even have to time the warp. He just charges over, he knocks away the block, and you just profit. This is pretty nice, right? So yeah, I've seen a lot of the other posts about this, but I think this is really nice. Just though you can do small tricks with Zhongli, it's not just about the numbers, it's also about how you use the character. I've also seen some of the posts where Zhongli pushes the NPC out of the way and pushes Timmy out of the bridge because the structure he can build is actually able to move different NPCs in the game, which is probably not intentional. Now coming over to this post by figurecollector, we have been talking about gangrene and also the cryo attack damage and how potentially the cryo units can be with patch 1.2. I just want to really bring you guys to this artifact, which I just looked at, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, in my entire 2-month time, I don't even come half close to that. And this is also a noblest set, which can increase the elemental burst spell damage by 20%. If gangrene or Ayaka or anyone does cryo damage have this item, oh my gosh, it feels so good. Maybe just energy charge for the HP regen. So you're looking at 46.6% cryo damage, 16% attack damage, 7.4% critical rate, and 14% critical damage. I mean, just the sub stats alone is better than most of my artifacts. I mean, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. Someone hit the jackpot over here. And very thankful for him for sharing this one. I love small details like this, and I love to see people getting a little lucky in the game as well. Let me know your best artifact combinations, guys, and let me know in the comments what is your best substats with the artifacts. Now coming over to this fan comic by bunniouwu, so I had to do the memes, I'm sorry. So there's a lot of the Zhongli memes, right? If you remember guys, when Zhongli casts his ultimate in English, he will say, "I will have order," then he slams down the meteorite and, you know, petrifies everyone. And over here is like, the traveler's like, "Sir, this is a McDonald's." This is pretty fun, right? I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see everything. He's like, "I will have order." He's like, yes, you have the order, sir. What would you like?" So funny, right? I love those original content, you know, the comics, and I really want to share with the community to spread the, you know, the positivity and the fun part about the game. The game's just not about complaining how Zhongli is not doing enough damage. Yes, I agree. He might be a little nerfed since the beta because he's not giving us the debuffs, you know, increased geo damage, increased petrifying damage, you know, all that. He's not giving that. But it's good to appreciate the small things of the game and just have a good time with the game. Now, talking about having a good time with the game, over here, Manali 4 is finding a little wisp, and her Negron is about to finish the wisp. Basically, you'll be getting a chest. Let's have a look at what happens when she loot the chest. She'll be looting, and this sword is like, "Off away! I'm off to my people. My people needs me." And she just stares at this. The first time I looked at it, I was like, "What?" It's like, "Nope, not today for you." Let's watch this again. So she got a wisp and she got a chest. I've seen a few posts like this, but I think this one's really fun. It's across the water as well. The sword's like, "Nope, not like the others. I'm not going to be a fodder. I'm going to be a real sword one day." And he actually bounces off on the water. And over here, our player just stares in amaze. That'll be pretty hilarious. What I'll do is I'll actually start swimming for it. And if you guys know the little monster that disappears, imagine you swim to it and the sword disappears. It's like, "Nope, I'm gonna be a 5-star one day." It's like, to summarize this news digest, it's very important for us to know why MiHoYo is banning a lot of players and why it's possible you might see the minus gem deduction on your account. And if you're one of the innocent cases, guys, make sure you do contact the in-game support and also the 15 different support emails for us to contact. Make sure you contact them because you don't really want to be paying twice. And it's important for us to know the dangers of purchasing from discounted offers or third-party purchases, because they can be claiming the money back, which leaves you to have to pay up, you know, almost double the cost. We also had a look at some of the recommendations to make the game's quality of life a little easier, like the repeat all button over here, and also how to use Zhongli's E-spell very effectively, like a champ. Finally, we had a look at one of the best artifact stats I've ever seen. I mean, just this artifact stats, it's better than a 5-star character sometimes. I just look at it, I was like, I'm just gonna be happy for like a week about this. And we also had a look at some of the fun comics about Zhongli and McDonald's delivery. And also finally, the sword that is gonna be a 5-star one day. Now, if you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe and also turn the little bell on for the latest news. I'll be looking towards to make more builds, guides, tips, and news and event updates for us as we come further into the game. And as always, I wish you guys the best of luck with Genshin and have the most fun in exploring this wonderful world.